In Hebrews chapter 3, the author is going to continue to talk about the supremacy of Christ. And this time he's going to talk about how Jesus is greater than the greatest prophet in the Old Testament, the prophet Moses. So we've learned that Jesus is greater than the angels, and now he's greater than the greatest prophet Moses. It says in verse 3, but Jesus deserves far more glory than Moses, just as a person who builds a house deserves more praise than the house itself. For every house is a builder, but the one who built everything is God, and Jesus is God. We've already learned that in chapter 1. So you can read more about what he says. He quotes some Old Testament to drive this point home. And then in verse 12 he says, be careful then, dear brothers and sisters. Make sure that your own hearts are not evil and unbelieving, turning you away from the living God. And he says you must warn each other every day while it is still today, so that none of you will be deceived by sin and hardened against God. So remember, as you read this chapter, he's talking about the messengers that have come in the Old Testament and how Jesus is the ultimate messenger, and we shouldn't harden our hearts toward Jesus' message, the message that Jesus brings, a message of salvation. And we see what happened to the Israelites when they hardened their heart. That's how Hebrews chapter 3 finishes up. So you're ready to read this short chapter, and we'll see you tomorrow for chapter 4.